I've never seen a spider, Pris said. She cupped the medicine bottle in her palms, surveying the creature within. All those legs. Why's it need so many legs, JR? That's the way spiders are, Isidore said, his heart pounding. He had difficulty breathing. 8 legs. Rising to her feet, Pris said, You know what I think, JR? I think it doesn't need all those legs. 8? Irmgard Beatty said. Why couldn't it get by on 4? Cut off 4 and see. Impulsively opening her purse, she produced a pair of clean, sharp cuticle scissors. This season of Extra Sci-Fi is sponsored by the phenomenal folks at CuriosityStream, the world's first streaming service dedicated to the lifelong quest to learn, explore, and understand. To check out their excellent educational content free for 30 days, use the promo code EXTRACREDITS at the link below. The dust blows as the dust has always blown, ever since the final World War. A police cruiser lands on top of a skyscraper in the pouring Seattle rain. A young woman comes out to meet the police officer, her eyes shrouded behind thick dust-filtering glasses meant to protect from the radioactive grit that swirls constantly around the Earth. She ushers him in to the quiet halls of the most powerful corporation in the solar system, the Rossen Corporation, the people who built the most advanced androids ever made. He's here to test if law enforcement can tell the difference between their latest model and an authentic human being, because his job is to hunt androids who have escaped to Earth. But all of a sudden, he stops, pulled up short by the most incredible thing he's ever seen. There, in a cage, is a raccoon. Fallout from the last war has nearly wiped out every animal on Earth. Birds are almost totally gone, and raccoons are nearly as rare. It's a point of pride for those few humans who remain on Earth to own an animal, to take care of another living being. But Deckard's animal died. Now he's stuck with an electric sheep. It's his greatest desire to have an animal again, a real animal, one of flesh and blood. Then he saw the owl. They were supposed to be extinct. The young woman told him they had whole teams out, scouring the remotest parts of Canada to find them. Right there, in front of him, was all he'd ever wanted. But he had to tear himself away. He had a job to do. The woman sat down with him, and he took out his testing kit. The small beam of white light shone steadily into her eye. I'm going to outline a number of social situations, he said. You are to express your reaction to each as quickly as possible. You'll be timed, of course. You are given a calfskin wallet on your birthday. You have a little boy, and he shows you his butterfly collection, including his killing. You are sitting watching TV, and suddenly you discover a wasp crawling on your wrist. The entree consists of boiled dog stuffed with rice. That is probably the most well-known scene from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, because it was one of the few copied almost exactly into the movie it inspired, Bladerunner. But for those of you who have only watched the movie, hold on, because the book is radically different. It's got major themes of empathy, spirituality, the connectedness of humankind, and, as you can probably tell, pet ownership. Yeah, bud, that's my favorite too. But to truly understand the book, you have to understand something about its author, Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick was a twin. On December 16th, 1928, 2 children were brought screaming into this world, Philip and his sister Jane. They were premature, and within 6 weeks, Jane was dead. It was a miracle that either of them survived at all. But rather than celebrate the life of the child they had left, when his sister died, his family began to fall apart. Within 5 years, his parents divorced. Within 10, he would move across the country twice, as his mother tried to find a new life. Then, there was the grave. From a young age, his parents would take Philip to visit his sister's grave. But they had bought a dual plot, and there was a gravestone for him as well, with his name on it and a blank space where the date should be, just waiting to be filled in. And it's as if he spent his whole life staring at that tombstone and asking himself, am I real? Am I actually the one that died? Throughout his life, he would struggle with depression and mental illness. In fact, he had a period where he thought he was simultaneously living as Philip K. Dick and as a Roman named Thomas in the 1st century AD. He even wrote a number of books about it. Even there, embedded deep in his writing, is this one impossible question. This fallout from the thing that happened mere weeks after he was born. The question, am I real? A phantom twin appears in countless of his books. A character who has a double or a second version of themselves running around. His works are rife with synthetic humans or psychic projections of characters that are never quite sure if they're the original or the copy. And everywhere, in almost every book of his you read, he asks, what is real? Because he could never fully convince himself that the world he was living in wasn't just an illusion or some substrate of a larger reality just barely out of his grasp. In some of his greatest works, such as Ubik and Do Androids Dream, he almost challenges the reader to decide what's real for themselves. And it's this that he contributes to the new wave, where science fiction before this point either planted itself firmly in an objective reality or used questions of what was real simply as a gimmick. The new wave often took reality as a fluid and ever-changing thing. To have the very floor of the novel move beneath you, to not know whether what you just read was part of the plot or a character's horrid fever dream, allowed for some of the new wave's wildest rides. More than that, though, it allowed new wave authors to look at a problem or a moral dilemma from all sides. Rather than be fixed in one perspective, they could get outside the idea they were trying to investigate and then use a shifting reality to cast new light on it, or to continually ask, but what if this were true? But you know what I can promise is absolutely true? That it's time for us to get to the new wave itself. That's right, no more precursors. Next week, we delve deep into Harlan Ellison's transgressive, revolutionary, and award-winning anthology, Dangerous Visions. Or did we already do that? Or is this all in your head? Thanks so much to CuriosityStream for sponsoring this season of Extra Sci-Fi. Their dedicated platform all about the love of learning is something we at EC enjoy and are really proud to get behind. They've got thousands of documentaries and nonfiction titles from some of the world's best filmmakers, spanning science, history, technology, and nature. One of which, that you will not at all be surprised that I've been enjoying, is called The Secret Life of Cats, where they follow a kitten all the way to full-grown floofy feline. I've now learned all of your secrets, Zoe. Haha! I'm getting to that part. And until January 5th, 2020, they're offering 40% off their annual plans and gift cards for all this geeky goodness. Plus, if you head to curiositystream.com/extra credits right now, and use the code extra credits, of course, you can get your first month absolutely free.